Have you thought about going into freelancing? And are you looking around trying to figure out where to go so you can earn money as a freelancer? And have you heard of the site freelancer.com and thought about, I should give that a go? If that sounds like you, then stick around because I am going to unveil for you exactly my experience of going to freelancer.com seeking work. Hey there, my name is Alonda Carter and I'm an instructional designer, and don't worry, no one knows what that means. It simply means that I am someone who designs and develops training. I have the fancy degree behind me to back me up and all that sort of jazz. So let's talk about what is freelancer.com. Freelancer.com is a website that you can join as a freelancer. You can also post for jobs, like looking for people to complete the work for you. And if you are new to freelancing, this might be a site that piques your interest. Personally, I discovered it through someone I was watching on YouTube, and I was in a position where I had been working a contract gig, designing and developing training for someone, and literally that gig just ended suddenly, just poof, gone. And there I was without an income. And so I really felt like I needed to just look around and try to figure out how can I generate some money, because I have bills to pay just like you do, right? And in one of the videos, someone mentioned freelancer.com, so I thought it sounded like a good idea and went ahead and joined. Now, when I joined, I was offered some sort of an upgrade type thing so that I could get, more fancy features and all that sort of a jazz. And so I did that. It's free for the first month. And I figured, might as well, can't hurt. And the reason I had joined freelancer.com in the first place is I did a search on it and I looked to see if they had positions, jobs available for anybody developing e-learning, because my background as an instructional designer, I have really focused a lot on computer-based training, e-learning, and I've done that in the corporate realm. So I was looking to see, could I find some jobs this way? And I started also looking to see if there was anything else related to training material. Being an instructional designer, for me, the easiest thing to do is to create training material, be it instructor-led, blended, a job aid, anything and everything related to training. I did find a few things, and so I bid on them. Something I noticed when I was bidding is that most of the people who are bidding are not from the US, like me. Most of the people who are bidding are from somewhere like the Philippines or India, Hungary. And let's face it, their cost of living is less than what it is here in the US. So there I am, I live in Houston. It's not cheap to live here. And I'm competing with people across the globe that have a much lower cost of living. So that makes it really a challenge to try to get any jobs. Also, these people have already completed other jobs. I hadn't. I'm brand new to the platform. So I looked around and I discovered something called contests. And I thought, let me give that a go. As a matter of fact, freelancer.com does promote the idea that if you are new, a good foot in the door is to enter these contests and possibly earn some money that way. So let's talk about the contest. I entered a whole bunch of different ones. And some of the prizes, because they do offer prizes, which is money, but not everybody's going to get it. Only the chosen one, the person who wins. So by having these contests, people or organizations, whoever is putting the contest together, it's a way that they can get a lot of input from a lot of different people, get ideas, and then choose what they're going to use or not use. There was one contest I was in, there was over 70 entries, and every single entry was rejected. Now, I find it really hard to believe that over 70 entries all sucked. That just doesn't make any sense, does it? So as I was doing this whole contest thing, I actually won 2 contests. Now, the amount of what I won is a total pittance, because this is another part about the contest, is that what they offer to pay you for your time, if you're a winner, you may not necessarily make much money at it. Myself, because the person who was doing the contest was from India, it was in rupees, which translates to very little in US dollars. So for 2 contests that I won, after Freelancer.com docks their $5 per contest winnings, they will take 10%. Is it 10% or is 20%? I can't remember which. I think it's 10% or $5 USD, whichever is more, and keep that. And then you, as the winner, you get the rest. So myself, I wrote over 2,000 words. If I was being paid, a couple of cents per word, I'd make at least $20 on that. It was, I think I cleared about $12. But here's another kicker. For me to be able to withdraw that money from Freelancer.com, I need to withdraw at least, the very least amount I can withdraw is $30. I'm at 12. I have no intention of using Freelancer.com at all, because I totally see it as a content mill. If you're not familiar with the concept of a content mill, it's basically people who are looking for writers and designers for a very low cost that they really pitch you against each other in the bidding war and also in the contest. And in the contest, they may rate you. As a matter of fact, there was one, I was rated 3 stars for my entry, but what I had to work with, I mean, the English was so bad, and I was rewriting this. I'm like, seriously, you're giving me 3 stars on this, and your writing was atrocious, but whatever. But it's a way for you to resubmit another entry, so you work harder for not a lot of payoff. So honestly, I wouldn't recommend, if you are looking to go into freelancing and writing or anything related to design, I would stay away from Freelancer.com, because I totally see it as a place that undervalues your talent. And if you undervalue your talent by accepting this little pittance they're offering you, you may end up in a trap, in this vicious circle that you're not able to get out of. Now, another caveat to this is, since I won twice from the same person, they wanted me, after I won the first time, they wanted me to enter into whatever they were doing next, if I was interested in it. And so I did it. And then after I won that, they're still wanting me to do it. And I let them know, I'm really not making any money off of this. And so I did say, I can create a gig for you on Fiverr, and I let them know how much, I would charge, which really wasn't that much. I think it was 2 cents a word, 2 or 3 cents a word. And they came back at me wanting to pay me 1 cent a word. Now, I'm sorry, I am not working for 1 cent a word. I have 2 advanced degrees. I'm very educated. I know a lot of stuff, and I value myself way too much to make myself be available for something that I am just not worth that. I'm worth a lot more. So my message to you is, if you want to try Freelancer.com, know what you're getting into. Know that the other people that are there, if you're from the US, you're going to be competing with other people whose cost of living is not going to be the same as yours. Also know that if you enter contests, make sure that you're entering those that are paying a decent amount, as opposed to what I got caught in. Because really what I was doing is I was looking at what interests me, and that's what I went after, is things that I found interesting. I really didn't look at the prize money, but the prize money does matter, because you need to be compensated for your time and for your effort, and it needs to be reasonably compensated. In my opinion, Freelancer.com really exploits you as a designer, as a writer. And they're exploiting you, thinking that you are so desperate for money that you're willing to do it for basically nothing. And it's really just not right. So I can't advocate that. And I'm really ashamed and astonished that people on YouTube from the US recommend that people purchase things from freelancer.com, because by doing that, all they're saying is, let's continue to devalue these people and let's not pay them a fair wage. Because let's face it, when everything is said and done, and the $12 that I made, I spent at least 4 hours writing everything. I wasn't paid minimum wage to do that. In the US, minimum wage is $7.25 per hour. So if you're thinking you can go to freelancer.com and you're an American citizen, I'm going to say go somewhere else. Go to McDonald's. Go somewhere where you can at least get minimum wage. Don't accept this pittance. If you are interested in writing, there are other ways that you can find resources and make money doing it. For example, just on a lark, I put some gigs out on Fiverr, and in under a week, I've made over $100. Now, does that mean that you will? No. Does that mean that I'll continue it? I don't know. I don't know what will happen, but what I do know is I'm able to control what I'm charging. And if someone wants to purchase my gig there, they can. Unlike freelancer.com, where you're just basically, like fighting dogs, fighting out, trying to get these jobs and bidding against each other in the amount that you will take and the amount of time that somebody will be able to get it when they post about jobs and contests. The instructions typically are just horrible. You barely are told anything. And myself, I need some details about what's going on. I don't know about you, but that's how I operate. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. And before I go, I have a question of the day. If you have used freelancer.com, drop below in the comments and let me know what your experience was like. Also, if you were on the fence about whether or not using freelancer.com, go ahead and let me know in the comments below what your opinion is now. Are you going to go ahead and jump in and try it, or are you going to look for something else? Now, I will make another video about my Fiverr experience and also about other experiences that I have had recently in terms of seeking to make money online. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Share it with a friend, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can get all my videos that I post each week, and tap on that notification bell. Have a great day, and I want you to remember this: change starts now.